Hi, I'm Andrea White, CEO of Elite Business Coaching, where I help solopreneurs to launch and grow their businesses while saving time, money, and effort. And I also focus on helping solopreneurs to bypass challenges, detours, and dead ends. As a 17-year business owner, um, I certainly have a lot to pull from, as well as I am hyper focused on sound business education principles and strategies. So let's dive in today to talk just a little bit about how to manage your time as a busy solopreneur, which may mean that you have a full time job or a part time job, or you may have a very busy family, friends, or community life. So, let's talk a little bit about how to manage your time wisely as you are leading your business of one. Okay, so I have several steps or actions that you can take. To make sure that you are managing your time wisely as well as getting the best results in doing so. One of the things that you'll hear me say over and over and over again, my clients are successful because I focus on helping them to do things differently, to not be on everybody else's bandwagon. And so that means a lot of times you have to do things differently. They may be a little more challenging or a little, different from what everybody else is doing. But the results are 10, 20 fold in terms of the return on investment of your time, your money, or your effort. Okay, so let's get right on down to managing your time wisely. And these are things that most people probably are not doing. So you want to make sure that you grab on and you take hold and put these actions into place into your business and into your life so that you can have um, significant results in the things that you spend your time on, as well as the results that you get in your business. So, number one is to focus on being productive. And for a lot of people, they may feel like, oh, I was really busy today. Busy is about moving your hands around. Maybe you're walking around a lot. It's all about motion. But what I want to encourage you to think about when you talk about and think about how can I be most productive today, what you really want to ask yourself is what are the top results that I need to achieve today? What are the top results that I need to get today, that I need to get done today? And when you think from a results standpoint versus a busy standpoint, you're more likely to focus your time and your effort on those things that are more likely to move the needle in your business. Okay, so what are the results that you need to achieve for the day? Or what are the results that you need to achieve from the task at hand? What are the results that you need in this partnership or collaboration so that you can make sure that you're super focused on those things, the conversation, the actions, and the decisions that you make that they are really all about results. And so that means that you are more likely to get some traction, movement in your business, whether that's around attracting more customers, getting more leads, making more sales, etc. So we want to focus on not just being busy. That's not where we want to focus. We want to first start with what results do I need to have today, and then allow that to drive where we are productive, where we are busy, where we're spending our time. Okay, so number two is believe it or not, Uh, Multitasking is a huge myth. When we talk about brain research and brain science, multitasking is much like driving while under the influence. And so it is actually, you are more productive and you're actually more likely to get the results, more results when you really focus on the task at hand. And so, what is the task at hand? It is the task that is going to get you the biggest result that you need for the day. So you want to drop multitasking. I know that may be a shock to some of you, like, oh no. So you actually want to drop multitasking and rather you want to make sure that you're focusing on the biggest task at hand that's going to get you the biggest result that you need for the day or for the week, etc. And then you move on to the next most important thing that you need to get results in. So, no more multitasking. And I know for many of you that may be difficult, but you want to begin to train yourself to really focus on handling one task at a time based on the results that you need to get for the day or based on the results that you are trying to achieve for the week. And then break it into, one task at a time. What's going to get you closer to that result? And once that task is complete, then go on to the next. Tip number 3 is one that I live by, and it is what has really allowed me to be focused and successful as a business owner and as a single mom of two very active young men in travel basketball all of these years. And that is really having a very powerful to-do list every day. And so, sometimes it is those things as small as what to get at the store, or that I need to go pick up the dry cleaning that I've forgotten for 2 weeks, going to pick up prescriptions and things of that nature. But more often than not, I have a list that is focused on the results that I need to achieve for the day. And then I also have a list for the week. And so, what are those things that I absolutely need to get done for the week? And out of those things, what's going to get me the biggest results in my business? And that's how I know where to concentrate my time. So, making sure that you have a powerful to do list on a daily and perhaps weekly basis is also going to help you to focus your time, your money, and your effort on those things that are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. And so you have to recognize also that everything does not happen as we, plan. And so if things come up where you actually get off of track on your list, then move things around the way that you need to move things around so that those things that are the most important and or are going to get you the biggest result, that those things are the ones that stay top of the list, top of mind, and up, and out front of the things that you need to get done. And then, of course, if anything is incomplete from one day, then you can move it on to the next day, or you may need to reshuffle your to do list. Um, and so, depending upon how you make your to do list, whether they're digital on your phone or if you're still using pen and paper, having a very specific, checklist or to do list on a daily and a weekly basis is going to take you very, very far in your business. It is probably one of the single best strategies that I use in my business after almost, on 17 years of business. And my to do list has never left me. being unproductive, left me without making sure that that I got the results that I needed to get for the week, whether it is following up with a client or reaching out to someone new or making sure that I'm focused on sales, etc. And so, even in this day and time, don't let the power of a to-do list slip by your productivity in your business. Um, Now, the next tip is really around eliminating distractions and interruptions as you're working on those things that are going to get you the biggest results in your business. And in this day and in this day and age, this particular strategy can be a little challenging for some. But what I want you to begin to train yourself, these things are like a muscle. And so you have to, work them out. You have to get in a routine. You have to make sure you have some repetition. But I want you to make a very real effort to eliminate distractions and interruptions when you're working on those very important results based activities that you need to get done in your business. And so that may mean making sure that your phone is on silent or making sure that your phone is on, vibrate, making sure that you have your notifications turned off, whatever works for you. Sometimes it may be that you are a busy parent and you have kids that are in and out asking questions. They need help with this, help with that. And so what kind of routine can you set up within your family to make sure that you have an opportunity to minimize distractions and interruptions? When my sons were younger, my saving grace was before they got up in the morning, 1 or 2 hours before they got up in the morning, and 1 hour after they went to bed. And so you have to figure out the best solution for you, keeping in mind that you also want to think about your health and wellness and sleep, because that's really important to be able to run a very profitable business as well. So things like making sure that your cell phone is not a distraction. Social media notifications are not a distraction. Making sure that you communicate with your friends and family and your partners, etc. That you will be taking this next hour to really focus on some very specific results based activities that you need to get done. And if they can just give you an hour or whatever the amount of time that you need. To be able to work on those things, that you do that. And most times it takes communication, and it also takes just training to figure out when is the best time to put, uh, avoiding distractions and interruptions into your schedule. So do know that it's okay to play around with your time, to play around with your schedule until you find a really good sweet spot. And the other thing that you can think about is different times of the year. You're probably busy with other things throughout the year, and so. For instance, my sons play basketball, so basketball season really busy time of year, and so how I moved and adjusted and worked on those things that were results based was a little different than, say, when it wasn't basketball season. So look for those opportunities in your life and in your family and in your friendships. And if you have a job, when when are things different based on the time of year or business or whatever is going on? Okay, so the last thing that I want you to think about is to make decisions based on time that you have in mind. And so sometimes we know we need to get, X, Y, and Z done. Um, because this is a high priority. We're going to get lots of results here, but you may not actually have, 90 minutes to get it done. Is there another solution that will allow you to get a good result without it taking 90 minutes. And so, thinking about what result you're trying to get and thinking about how much time you need to give. Sometimes you may want to think about, is there another solution? Is there an alternative that I can put into place to get the same result? Based on the time that you have, where there aren't any distractions, where there aren't any interruptions, where you don't have to multitask, etc. But that is that whole old saying, you can, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And so when you think about the results that you're trying to achieve for the day or for the week, you also may have different options and different solutions that you can choose from based on the actual time that you have. And so that requires you to be flexible with yourself, so that you allow yourself, grace, to be able to work toward the result, but maybe not in the way that you first envisioned. And so sometimes you have to let things go to actually get where you're trying to go. And so please give yourself grace. Please give yourself flexibility, and feel free to be creative with how you actually work on those things that are going to get you those big results in your business. Sometimes my clients are so rigid that they really want things to be perfect before they actually take action. And very often I will share with my clients that action comes from clarity, or clarity comes from action. Confidence comes from taking action. And so you can certainly get the result, and it may not be in the way that you envision, but there is opportunity in doing things differently than maybe how you envision. And so don't hold yourself up if you can't get to where you want to go along the path that you had designed for yourself. At the end of the day, we are focused on getting the result, and how we get the result is not so important as that we get the result. Okay, so make a decision based on the time that you have in mind, instead of deciding not to take action because you don't have the time that you need to be able to take the action toward the result. Okay, and then if you have an opportunity, this is the last one. If you have the opportunity to delegate, that is always a winner. So if you can delegate to even a virtual assistant, that doesn't mean that you have to have a virtual assistant for 40 hours a week. You can have a virtual assistant for a few hours a week, or maybe there's someone in your family or your friend circle that can help you with a task at hand. And so feel free to delegate whenever possible as well, because managing a full time or part time job, your family, your friends, as well as if you have any commitments to your faith based organizations or to community based organizations, and running a business can sometimes feel a little challenging to try to get all of those things done. But many people are able to do it, including me, for nearly almost 20 years. And so you can do those things successfully if you have a plan, you make a plan, and to the degree possible that you stick to a plan. More than anything, you want to get consistent about having a plan. You want to get consistent about implementing that plan. And you want to train those muscles so that you're really making decisions in your business based on what's going to get you the biggest result. You want to avoid multitasking. You want to minimize your distractions and interruptions when you're working on those activities that are going to get you those big results in your business. And then you also want to be okay with veering off of the path or the plan that you um, had in mind to be able to get the result that you are looking for. So I hope that you will take these strategies to heart, create a plan for yourself. Use whether you use a digital, note taker, or your digital, your cell phone calendar, or if you're using pen and paper, making sure that you have a plan, a to-do list, that you know what's going to get you big results in your business, and allow your time to be well spent there, versus just feeling really, really busy and moving your hands around and doing, inaction a lot. Stay in action on those things that matter the most. Okay, so those are my tips to help you to manage your time while managing your life, which could be a full time or part time job. It could be friends and family. You could have faith based and community based obligations as well as, running a successful business. I have done it for many, many years. And so if I can do it, I know you can do it as well. Drop in the comments and let me know what strategy you're looking forward to putting into your business, putting into your practice, or drop in the comments a question or a challenge you have with managing your time. And let's see what we can come up with together to help you to navigate through that challenge positively. Okay, so go ahead and make sure, hopefully, you have liked and subscribed to my channel, and that you have on notifications so that you can know when our weekly tutorial is uploaded. And be sure to share our channel with your business besties as well. Until next time, I'm Andrea White, CEO and founder of Elite Business Coaching, where I am super obsessed with helping solopreneurs to launch and grow their dream profitable business while saving time, money, and effort, and also bypassing those challenges, detours, and dead ends. So until next week.